Scaling. This has been a thorn in AQ3D's side since it was first conjured up, and it's only gotten worse since then. Although there are pros that come with scaling, there is a much darker, game-crushing side to it. This is that story. I ran a poll on Twitter asking the community, do you like scaling? And 80% said no. There's a lot of other players that posted comments on YouTube or Discord talking about their frustrations and the reasons why they're quitting, which is probably why we've seen a steady decline of players. In a moment, I'll go over the solutions to the scaling problem. But before I get to that, let's take a moment to hear what my fellow content creators have to say on the matter.
Hey everyone, Kiba here. I just want to make it clear, we feel the recent DogF update was really awesome and we really enjoy it. The scaling issue is a completely separate matter. We don't want players or devs thinking we didn't enjoy the update. We did. But we want to make it painful aware that scaling is killing the game.
Hey guys, Helimod here, and I just want to clarify that I'm still against scaling, but I do acknowledge that there are some benefits to it. It allows everyone to play together, it gives great XP all around, you can play any piece of content and still be challenged. And lastly, new players can play the same content as the current players and learn from them.
Hey guys, Lag here, and I want to just talk about the cons of scaling so you guys understand why we would like it removed. So the current scaling system punishes you for being higher level. A level 5 player can do the same or more damage to a scale mob than a level 38 player can. There is no sense of progression. You don't really feel like your stats matter because you only feel weaker with every level. And it encourages botting since you can get a lot of decent XP from anywhere that is scaled. Scaled story content means that you don't have to play through any of the older areas. So why would I grind a level locked area when you can just play the newest area from the get-go? And if you're playing endgame content, you're expected to know how endgame works, how game mechanics work, how classes work. If you haven't played through the rest of the game, then the likelihood of a new player integrating with endgame players is unlikely. An example is in the public dungeons for class XP grinds, where new players are often vote kicked from the party, something that shouldn't ever be the case. And finally, scaling makes the solo player experience near impossible unless you're a tryhard.
Don't forget to check out Lag, Helimod, and Kiba's social media stuff. I'll put the link to those in the description of this video. Before I talk about the solution to the scaling problem, I wanted to ask a question. Does this look familiar? This is a solo player who plays on mobile. For this game to survive, players like this must be able to experience the majority of what this game offers. Now the solution here is pretty simple. Remove scaling. The daily boss battle can remain scaled. There's enough players that play through that on a regular basis, so keeping that area scaled isn't a problem. Seasonal content is another thing that could remain scaled, but every other content should be unscaled. The main reason why scaling was brought in was so that players who have just started the game could play the same release as players who have been playing for 6 years. And I can understand that. So if complete removal of scaling isn't an option, at least make the scaling temporary. If you bring in a new map, I'll use the lunar map because that was a fairly recent release. This came into the game scaled, and now there is nobody ever there ever. And this is still a scaled zone. At this point, this should be unscaled. The Master Vault is a perfect example of temporary scaling. When they came out with an update for the pets in the Master Vault, they scaled the area, but it was only temporary, and then it was unscaled about 2 months later. With options like this, players of any kind will be able to enjoy the game. Thanks for taking time to watch this video. I'd like to thank Lag, Helimod, and Kiba. Keep those swords swinging.